we go, losing self-control. I keep telling myself, but I don't wanna let you know. Is this what we become? Strangers on the run, looking for something, chasing the sun.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to recreate this tropical fun makeup look, and I'm also going to be showing you guys my thoughts on the brand new Huda Beauty Remastered palette versus the old palette. What new shades are there? How does the formulas apply? If you guys want to know all the tea, please keep watching. So first of all, I do have to say the new packaging does look very beautiful. When you kind of tilt it, it has certain bit that kind of reflexes and it's so pretty. But I actually love the fact that when this palette first came out, I was like, oh, I love the fact that it's clear. I can see exactly what colours I'm using, because if you was a makeup artist, you have loads of palettes, it's really nice to actually see the colours laid out, and then it kind of like triggers you to remind you to use that palette a bit more. I do feel that out of the both of them, this one does look a lot more expensive, and the palette is quite pricey. So I do definitely think that you have to look at the overall packaging and what one feels more expensive. I love the fact that when you change this, like, you see that nice holographic kind of tone to it. So both of them are made out of cardboard again, and they're both exactly the same size, but this one actually has a mirror inside, which I feel like a lot of people said they wanted a mirror. I personally never use mirrors in eyeshadow palettes. I don't know why. I always feel like it's dirty, it's always got like eyeshadow dust on it, so I always have my own other mirror that I'm holding around with me. But if you do like a mirror, then it is a good point. But I love the fact also you can turn it around and flip it like this, because as a makeup artist, you just want to put it down on your table and don't have a lot of space being taken up, you know. And also just to let you know, this one you can't fold back, so yeah. So all the eyeshadows are exactly the same. The only eyeshadow that is not in here, that's a new shade, is called Pink Diamond, and they've taken out the shade called Angelic, which is actually one of my favourite colours that they have inside this eyeshadow palette. So Angelic was actually the most creamiest formula that they had in the rest of this palette, and I love the kind of undertone of this because it's like a really nice rosy kind of gold. It's like a pinky champagne colour with really nice gold reflexes running through it. And now that colour has been replaced with Pink Diamond, which is a lot darker. It's a bit more of like a purpley kind of undertone, but the colour is fucking awesome and the formulation is amazing as well. So I actually have got to use the new remastered palette in one little IG video, so make sure you go follow me on Instagram if you guys haven't seen that video yet. I really was impressed because when I was using the matte shades, normally I found with this one I got quite a bit of fallout, and generally with a lot of eyeshadows like Anastasia Beverly Hills or Makeup Geek or anything like that, you would find that you get quite a bit of fallout, especially on the outer corners. Whereas I found with this one, even though it's very pigmented, really creamy and buttery, it almost is like so creamy that it really attaches on to the skin, if that makes any sense. I was using this shade called Man Eater, and it's freaking so smooth. I feel like this is like the new formulation of mattes. I do definitely have to say that when I had the original palette, I loved the mattes, I loved the colouring, but I did find I really never really went into the shades at the top here because you had to use your fingers with it. So before, I used to have really long nails, so I would never be able to get right in there. Now when I go in between this formula and this formula, this one is so chunky, it's really hard to like put on the eye because it's quite crumbly. Whereas the new formulation now is almost quite like wet and spongy, very similar to the eyeshadows from Colourpop. If you guys have tried them before, they're quite like spongy like that. But I know the Colourpop ones, you definitely have to re-put the lid on it, otherwise it dries out. So I am quite nervous that because these are exposed to the air and stuff, will it dry out? Because right now it's really nice and creamy and stuff, but I don't know if it will last like that all the way to the end of the pan, or will it just go up dry and really crumbly, you know. I used this shade the other day and it was so lovely. It's called 24K, and oh my god, this shade was like insane. It's like a really nice gold. So let's get into the tutorial. So I did read up some facts about this palette, and with her old previous eyeshadows, she recommends you use your fingers for the shimmery shades, whereas with this one she says you can actually use a brush. I'm going to use a Morphe eyeshadow brush. It has no name on it, but it's a black synthetic eyeshadow brush. It's anything nice and flat like that. And then we're going to go straight in with Pink Diamond, and it actually is picking up the product really nicely. I do have to say that once you use the palette a couple of times, it does make the palette look really messy. Like, you see that? It's got like a dent in it because the product is quite spongy. I've got on nothing on my eyes, no eyeshadow base or anything, so we're going to go straight on in. And yes, that has went on so fucking smoothly. That was like putting on butter on my eyes. I am a bit sad, I'm not going to lie, that angelic shade is not in this palette. I feel like that formula would have been amazing. I actually would have preferred if she'd done a whole new eyeshadow palette with new formulas. I do feel like people that have bought the original eyeshadow palette, I don't know if there's any point buying the same palette. Even though the formula is different, it's kind of like they're still same colours really, so it's very annoying the fact that you have to rebuy the whole palette again just to get this one eyeshadow shade. I feel like she should have just come out with a brand new system, you know. Even if she liked the mattes, maybe keep the mattes and just come out with new shimmery shades. But you know, Huda's smart, she's gonna get your money. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the same eyeshadow on the other eye, and I'm just bringing it about like 3/4 of the way, so I'm leaving the outer corners be a bit more matte. The other day when I was using this eyeshadow palette, I was so impressed when I was using it. I feel like this eyeshadow palette is so much more creamy. I love the fact you can use a brush with it. Obviously you can still use your fingers as well. I'm going to try with my finger actually, now that I got shorter nails, and go straight in, because normally your finger will always make something a bit more bolder and brighter, especially with this kind of like spongy texture. Okay, so I just put this all over the eyelid, and now I'm going to start to blend out on the outer corners. So I'm going to use my Morphe R39 brush. So I just looked at the old eyeshadow palette again, and I just realised that this whole row is different now. So they changed these 3 shades, even though they look really, really similar actually, but the names have changed. So we used to have Bossy, Flamingo and Shy, but now those have changed to Risque, Dollface and Demure. Also, the shade Bubbly has gone, but Moon Dust has stayed the same. God damn, this is freaking confusing. Okay, that's actually quite cool that there's quite a few different eyeshadow colours now, because when you look at these two, the Risque is a lot more purple compared to Bossy. So this is the new eyeshadow palette, and then this is the old one. And then I'll try it Flamingo and Dollface. Dollface is a lot brighter, and then Flamingo is a bit more like a dustier shade. But this one, when I was applying it on my hand, I definitely felt it was very chalky, that shade. And then they also replaced Bay for Bubbly, which is actually a really lovely shade. It's a really, really light gold. Yes, okay. This is making me feel a bit better. So the Risque shade, I'm putting it on the outer corners, and it's still got a lot of pigmentation, but it's not dropping everywhere. And I found, even when I was using it the other day, I definitely noticed that the more you pack it on top of each other, the shade goes a lot darker. So I'm just literally just buffing this out on the outer corners, and then I'm going to go in with my NARS 42 brush. It's a big fluffy blending brush, and then I'm going to use this shade called Demure, and this shade is a bit more rosier and warmer compared to Shy, which is a lot cooler. So I definitely prefer the Demure shade. So I'm bringing this as my transition shade, so it's a really nice rosy kind of colour on the outer corners here. Because this brush is bigger and the bristles are a bit softer, the more I blend it out, it's just really, really easy to kind of fade in. So it just kind of helps blend out any harsh lines. I am going to go in with that brush again to make sure I don't lose the depth. So I go back in with Risque and bring the colour back, you know, because I don't want it to be really soft. I kind of want it to be like quite a nice dark crease. I'm just going to do the same on the other eye. So I'm just adding a little bit of black with the Risque shade. I'm just putting this lightly on my outer corners, just very lightly. That black shade is so freaking pigmented. I don't want it a little bit, girl. But okay, we're going to ride the wave, girl. We're going to ride it. And now we're just blending out a bit of that Risque shade, a bit of Demure. I've been loving purples recently, guys. It just makes me so happy adding colour. It makes me think of like spring and summer. And then just underneath my lash line, I'm going to go in with the shade called Henna. I'm going in with a brush that is completely flat. This is from Morphe. It has no name on it. I'm so sorry, guys. And then I'm just going to go all underneath my lash line and get it really nice and warm underneath. A bit more like an orangey undertone this is. And then I'm just going to blend a bit of this sandalwood shade in, and then buff this just underneath my lash line. Okay, so now that we have all our eyeshadow blended out, I'm going to go in with some eyeliner, and this is from a brand called Vamp Stamp, and it's called a cushion eyeliner. And I'm going with a Morphe E39 brush. It's a bit more like a small smudger brush rather than a traditional kind of like eyeliner brush. I'm using this so it can be a bit more smudgy, and I want it to be a bit more like a smoky liner. So I'm literally just going wiggly woggly along my lash line. Okay guys, so this line is not cutting it for me. I'm going to change my eyeliner because it keeps freaking taking off when I'm putting it on. So that ain't working. Let's go for a different eyeliner. Okay, so I'm going to go in with one of my favourite eyeliners at the moment actually. It's from Lottie London. I have been absolutely loving Lottie London stuff. They're available in Superdrug if anyone's trying to find it, and also available in Ulta in the US. And they have this product out called the Stamp Liner. One side of it has a stamp which literally stamps on your eyeliner, which is very cool, and it actually does work as well. And then the other side is like a pointy eyeliner. I'm just gonna go on top of the Vamp stamp. Oh my god, it's so much darker than the other one. I'm literally just using the edge. This eyeliner is so dark and it wears really nicely on the eyes. And even this way as well, I like to stamp this on, so you can literally go like this. You see that? It's literally extended it super nicely. And then I'm going to use my pinky finger and then brush this upwards. So even though the marker is actually really thick, the tip of it is actually so thin, so you get a super thin wing just using the tip of the liner. Perfect. And then I'm going to do the other eye. I'm literally just brushing it along my eyelid, and then I'm just going to stamp it. So I'm not even using the other section. And then I'm just pulling this out. I feel like a lot of people would love this eyeliner, and I haven't seen a lot of people talk about Lottie London, so you should definitely check them out guys. They've got amazing products. Their eyeshadows actually blend so nicely as well. They also come out with other stamp liners, so there's one with hearts, there's one with music notes, one with stars, and one that's like a moon. And I featured them on my Instagram videos quite a few times, so definitely check those out. Okay, so I'm just going to put on some mascara and lashes. So the lashes I'm going to be wearing today is from Lily Lashes. I've been loving Lily Lashes recently. I haven't found any other lash brand that kind of compares, and this is in a style called Mink Hollywood. So I've been loving the Lily Lashes because they've been so nice and fluffy, and they've got loads of different layers to it. So yeah, I'm going to pop these on the eye, and then yeah, I'll be back to the lips. Okay, so I just got my lashes on now. They're really nice and long and fluffy. I love it when I get a new pair of lashes because they're so nice and dark. Okay, and then on the lips today I'm going to go for a slightly deeper colour because I've just been doing nudes on my channel, and I feel like I need to spice things up a little bit. So I'm going to go in with a lip colour from Lottie London. It's one of the new shades that they just launched, and it's called the Glitter Switch. It's a really cool product actually because I've seen a couple of videos of people using the glitter switches, and they look really cool. Love the applicator one. Look how long that is. That means you get a lot of product on the application, so you don't have to keep going back and forth. So I'm going to go straight on with the product and no lip liner. Oh, it's dark. Oh, it smells really nice. It smells like melons. And then what I love about liquid lips is that you don't have to use a lip liner because you can just literally make the edge so crisp. This has done nearly my whole lip. I haven't even gone back for more product yet. And what's really cool about this product is that you wait for it to dry, and then you kind of blot your lips together, and it goes really sparkly. So I've tried it once before on an Instagram video, and it works really well, but I've never tried it from Lottie London, so I wonder what the colour will come out like. So basically you can either leave it really nice and matte like this, and then at night time you can kind of blot your lips and then make them really nice and sparkly. Ooh, I've been loving a darker lip recently guys, so I'm just waiting for it to fully dry. So if you guys have been following me on Instagram, I normally love doing glitter lips. It's one of my favourite things to do, and it's so cool for festivals and stuff like that, but let me tell you, it's so freaking messy. So this is like the perfect way to kind of get that glittery lip but it not be messy, you know? The shade is called Killing It. Damn! And then let's try to blot and see if it works. Oh bitch! Oh my god! This is so fun, it's like magic. It's got like a pink glitter running through it. Do you know a lot of times whenever I do like really dark lips, sometimes I feel like it makes my lips look quite small, but then I don't want to add gloss to it because then it's really messy when you have a dark colour gloss. But when you do something like this, it gives that really nice shine, makes your lips look nice and big, but there's no freaking gloss everywhere, your hair won't get everywhere. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys loved the way the look turned out. I really love the darker lip, and I also really do actually like the new Huda Beauty palette. I thought I would not be a fan because I was like, what is the goddamn point of doing a whole nother eyeshadow palette of the same freaking damn palette? But it's actually really lovely. If you loved warm eyeshadows, I feel like you would love this palette, and the formulas honestly is just freaking so smooth, it is insane. So thumbs up to Huda Beauty for that. If you guys haven't yet, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload twice a week, every Wednesdays and Sundays. And if you haven't yet, please make sure you follow me on all my other social media platforms. I'm leaving all the links down below. It's just xtweely on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys, enjoy the bloopers. Thumbnail, thumbnail. And one side of it has an actual... Where's it gone? Oh my god, my freaking bum hole's itchy and my eyelash. Everything's itchy. Oh my god, this fucking headband keeps coming off, bitch! That was a good one. Yes, Thuy. Yes! I need to get some more headbands in my life, guys. Oh, look. This is from ASOS. Yay! So for all the people that's looking for where this headband is, it's from ASOS, but it's from quite a while ago. So who knows if it's still there, but you know. Okay, thumbnail time, bitch.